Good afternoon. You are very welcome here to the Professional Cookery and Hospitality live webinar today. My name is Claire Currid and I am an Associate Lecturer from the Enniskillen campus, and I have a colleague with me today and his name is Darren Pitts. Darren, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello there, folks. How are you? I'm Darren Pitts. I'm one of the lecturers in the Dungannon campus, and hopefully by the end of this webinar today that Claire and myself will have answered any queries or questions, or you can at least have a point of contact where you're able to get in contact in the future. I'll just pass back to Claire now, and she's going to go through a few slides with you.
Thank you, Darren. Okay, so you can see there on your panel that we have a question and answer panel where you can submit your questions. So you just look for your icon there in the top right hand corner. And we also have Simon Wiggins with us today. He's our Tourist and Hospitality Development Officer. So Simon is there to take any of your questions and he will pass them on and we'll read out questions later on. Okay, moving on. So first of all, why should you choose Southwest College? Well, first of all, it's an excellent quality of teaching and learning, and all our lecturers are all industry experienced chefs, and we have very good local links with our employers and the industries, and we keep up with all our local links. Simon is also the colleague in the catering department that has very good local links as well with all our employers and the industry. You will meet new people. You'll have a lot of independent learning environment. We're very, very passionate about our health and well-being of all of our students. The course is actually, it will be designed around you, that you will be able to walk out the door of the college and you will actually be able to go into the industry. You'll get work placement out of it, and which is brilliant for you as you know when you're learning, because it builds up your skills and your knowledge as you are in your doing your college course. The timetable is very flexible. It's totally different from school. It's not a typical Monday to Friday 9 to 3. Your timetable is flexible, so you could be in 3 days or 4 days a week. Some days you might be here till 5 o'clock, other days you could be finished a little bit earlier. And there is lots going on in the college. So for our pastoral support, so great reasons to study at Southwest College. So we have really good pastoral support in our college. We have all our students' engagement and all the finance. We have all staff dedicated to these actually, and we have very good supportive staff with a very open policy. We take everything that you say to us very confidential, and we try our best to get you through every issue or problems that you have. We have very good competitions that you could enter into. So you have your IFEX and you have your Chef Ireland and you have your KTEX. So they would be 3 sets of competitions that we would like to see students moving on to, and encouraging you to take part and participate in these, or even some years we might actually go down and just do a visit and just go down and get the whole experience of being down there and watching other catering establishments and even people that are just in the industry, chefs, just taking part in the competitions. They're brilliant days and our students love them. They get so much out of them, and it really does put a great buzz into you as well to take part into your competitions. Okay, we have very good centres, innovative centres along all 3 of our campuses, and we have very good community links and social empire ethos as well. Okay, and then our staff, as I said, are very experienced from the industry. So moving on. So even more reasons to study at Southwest College. Well, first of all, we do have the Education Maintenance Allowance. It's an EMA. So you would be liable for that, legible for that. So it's your so you apply for that when you go down to Student Services, and they will guide you through the whole situation when it comes to wanting to apply for that. In our case, we would have a PPE, which would be your protective personal protective equipment, which is your chef uniform. But Darren is going to go more into that later on in this webinar. We have really good international opportunities with Erasmus, which is your European Union students exchange program. So that means that you would get to travel as well, but Darren is going to go more into that in this as well later on. All our kitchens are great facility. They're all real working environment kitchens with all the best equipment. And please God, in Enniskillen, we'll be moving to our new campus soon, which is going to be a great benefit for students coming in the door into Enniskillen. And then everything, your track, your record, delivery is online as well, so you can check everything online as well. Moving on. So student life, we have all different clubs, societies, activities, football, all those, Gaelic. We've loads of stuff going on in the college. We do have a brilliant counselling service. We have staff that are just totally dedicated to students. It's totally private and confidential, and we have a brilliant student digital hub. If we move on to that slide, which is our Inspire Student Hub. So you can actually get on to download it onto your phone. It's free, confidential, and all students at Southwest College have access to this student hub. So I think we'll move on now and introduce Darren, and he's going to take on from here. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Claire. Again, as you can see, we're passionate about our subject, and that leads us on into our student life in the catering department. So you're probably asking today, what would the course be like? What's life like in the catering department? Well, it's not like school. First of all, we'd like to say it's not like school. We are a school. You get a qualification. There is rules and regulations, but again, they're loose, as in a way that, you know, everyone naturally fits into them, and it's a natural environment. A few things here just on this slide to go through would be our industry trips. Again, we don't stand still in our department. We have to investigate our industry. We have to know about it. We want to show you the experiences us as lecturers have. As Claire alluded to earlier, we are all industry experts, and we've come into teaching in different times and different forms. But we also do a lot of competition work, as Claire said there, and our competition work would possibly take you to different colleges, or even to Dublin, or even across over into England. Last year we had a few students competing over there as well. So again, there's lots of opportunities and different things for each student to enjoy and really enhance the programme. We also do travel. Again, Claire was talking about Erasmus projects and things. For the last maybe 10 years now, we've had students go for 3 weeks international work placement to Iceland. Again, there was students due to go out just before COVID-19. Unfortunately, they were unable to go, but however, that has been rescheduled again for next year. So therefore, we have great opportunities for students to travel and get work placement, not just at a local level, but an international level as well. The facilities in our kitchen and restaurants are second to none. They're built to the highest spec. Again, they're designed around industry kitchens, that everything is done that you're feeling as a realistic working environment. So therefore, you can actually see and feel and taste and often smell the way that the thing is going to go for you. Just even day one, just coming into the real kitchens and having to serve the food in the restaurant. Real sense of achieving a goal. It's also about the team. Again, you work in any kitchen or any restaurant, hotel, it's all about a team effort. And we really push that with our students, that, you know, if one person is falling behind, that you jump on and give someone else a hand. So maybe that's something that you want to think about as well. Maybe you're not a very good team player, maybe you are, but again, those skills and techniques, us as staff would be able to help you along the way with those things. We'll just maybe move on. So a wee outline of the course here then. We've got our 3 courses that would traditionally run within the catering department. We've City and Guilds Level 2 Diploma in Hospitality Services. That's a 1-year qualification. And then we have City and Guilds Level 2 Diploma in Professional Cookery. And that would be our second year qualification. Again, it's only a 1 year. So the first two bullet points there are 1 year courses, and then you eventually reach the level 3. And it goes on until your 4th year. So it takes a 2-year program, but it's your 3rd or your 4th year within the college. Just about the first one there, that's the one that 16-year-olds, as in leaving school, would be applying to. That's your first year course, and in that course, if we move on to the next slide, we're able to see a few of the things what we'll learn there. So the units include meat and poultry dishes, in other words, cooking different dishes with meat, poultry. There's vegetable dishes, there's how to cook rices and pulses and grains, some pasta dishes, various baking skills included. But you also get an opportunity to work in the restaurant a day in the week as well. For table service skills, again, that whole thread, we're talking about teamwork. Teamwork skills is very important in our industry. Health and safety awareness, allergen awareness, and food safety. All these things will be covered in your first year with us as a student in both the 3 campuses. That's Enniskillen, Omagh and Dungannon campus. So Claire is representing the Enniskillen campus there. I would be in touch a lot with the Omagh and the Dungannon students, and again the 3 sites offer the same courses and all of a very high standard, so you'll be very pleased with the standard. But we invite you to come and have a look around, and there was open days, and maybe some of you are on here from different open days and things like that, and you can remember being in and having a chat with the students and us. But again, we're very open for you coming in again, having another chat with us, just to see if you'd fit with us as a catering department. Moving on. So enrollment day, what would happen on enrollment day? That's the day in August when you get your exam results and you're all excited, or maybe you're could be slightly disappointed. However, if you came along and have a chat, a conversation with us, we'll be able to speak to you. So each student will have an interview with one of the members of staff. During the interview, they'll be asked to present their qualifications, and we would guide you just about points and that type of thing, and try to help you along and have a chat to you with that. We would also explain the course in detail, go into the minute detail of the course, what PPE. Claire talked about PPE earlier on. There would be an initial outlay of just money of buying your personal protective clothing, but again, that stays with you all of the time that you're in college. So again, Claire and I are modelling some of our jackets today where we decided to wear our chef whites. So again, it would be something along these lines, just to let you see. We would measure your level of interest. There's no point of you coming to catering hospitality if you just weren't sure and that type of thing. But then again, you might just not be sure, and we might just find some wee thing. Maybe it's something you've done in the past. Maybe you like to maybe cook with your granny, or you maybe enjoy making the tea at home. And can you see yourself doing this as a career? Maybe you can. And maybe that's just enough of that wee thought process of maybe to get you hooked on wanting to do this maybe as a career and move on and gain a qualification. Just on the point of English and Maths, I know some students come to us and they don't have their English and Maths, and they're maybe afraid to come because they don't have it. Well, you come on over on enrollment day and make sure that you bring your results with you, because we can help you out. And if we can't help you, then we'll send you to someone in the college who can. But definitely, if you don't have your English, Maths, your ICT, you would be enrolled on an essential skills program, so that you would gain up to a level 2 qualification, which would be equivalence of a grade C at GCSE. So that would be automatically timetabled in for your timetable if you were not having any of those qualifications. Moving on. So some of the students and their dishes. Here you have on the right hand side some of the fantastic food that the students produce in our real life kitchen and a real life restaurant. These have been served to our customers in the past. You can see some beautiful dishes there in the presentation. This is the type of thing that our students really love to enjoy doing. They really get excited about the presentation, about serving the customers. There's nothing like the instant feedback from customers when you talk to them and they really enjoy the food and you're getting instant feedback on the work that you do. But what do some of our students say? This is just a few comments we've taken from our students at the moment. Dishes are exciting to create. We're always learning new skills. Again, no day's the same in the catering department, because you're always learning something new, and maybe there's a new dish to do or a new presentation. It's built my confidence. A lot of students come in, you know, when they don't have a lot of confidence, and maybe they don't speak very much, or maybe you're quiet. Well, it turns out, you know, you find your niche and your passion, and then you go on to get confident, and the confidence grows. And it's great for us as lecturers to see that. It's given me knowledge and practical skills. Now I have a part-time job to study. That's one of the great benefits, as Claire was saying. You get skills, and then you can go out and get a part-time job at the weekends or at nights, or whatever day. Maybe you're not in college, you can go along to a part-time job and earn some money as you go along. So it's great to have these skills, but again, we encourage you to put these skills into practice as you take jobs in the industry and you go out and you move on, and it's absolutely fabulous, and we would encourage that. I've been keeping up with modern trends in the industry while working in the college restaurant. Our college restaurants, and if you speak to anybody that's ever been to them, think it's an absolutely fantastic, because you're cooking for real life customers. The customers are really enjoying the food. They really give you encouraging feedback. That's something that we as lecturers really appreciate, and you know, that realistic working environment, that them college restaurants are really crucial to our students in their whole gaining their qualifications and building their confidence, so you can go out and work in a real restaurant outside of the college building, and you've got the actual know-how and what to do. Moving on. So how do we apply? What do we do next? We apply by going to the Southwest College website, and here you'll see the apply button. And on that, you're going to apply for the course, and it's just a simple 5 or 10 minute thing to do. It's putting your name and you're interested in professional cookery or hospitality services level 2. Now there maybe was some instance that for some people, just on feedback, that the hospitality services course wasn't coming up. But if you even just put an application in for the professional cookery level 2, then we'll be able to get back to you, because if your name's not known to us, then we know you're a new student. So if you apply on there and hit submit, then we will have a copy of your application. And again, going back to enrollment day, that's when maybe you want to turn up with your qualifications, and we can look up then your application and have a chat with you around that. So that's absolutely fabulous moving forward for you, that you've got this, you can decide actually now. So we've got some questions, maybe possibly, I'm just looking here, Simon might have some questions for us. There's a wee icon there on the left hand side. If you wanted to submit a question, Simon would be there to actually read some out to us maybe now in a wee second or two. We'll maybe move on just to the email addresses. Here we have the email addresses of some of the staff. Maybe you want to take note of that. And also too, this actual live webinar is being recorded, which is excellent. We are able to send this out to anyone in the future who's able, maybe looking to know a wee bit more about the course, or looking to know who to contact. Well, here you have the contact details of Michael Donaghy. He's another member of staff on the Oma campus, and Claire Curds and Enniskillen, and myself here in Dungannon. So here you have email contacts as well. Maybe you have a question you don't want to submit now, or maybe in the future, you can maybe give us a wee email and ask us any questions at all. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us today. We're going to have just a wee question and answer session here, and I think we're going to maybe unmute Michael or Simon, and he's going to have maybe read the questions out to us.
Thank you, Darren. A couple of questions in. The first one is, how many days would I be in college per week studying professional cookery?
Do you want to take that, Darren?
Take that one. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll take it, yeah. So if you were in for your full time, we would be expecting you in for, say, 4 days, which would probably, that would include your essential skills as well in that, okay? And then if you were part-time, it would be 1 day a week. The part-time courses usually run during the evening time, or there is ones that run during the day, 1 day a week. Okay, next question, Simon.
Thanks, Claire. Second question is, are there any exams if studying professional cookery courses?
Well, guys, we're not really exam orientated. We're if you can do it practically and show someone that you can do it, that's the usual way we go in the catering department. But there is, yes, there is short answer questions and they're multiple choice, just to do your underpinning knowledge and some supplementary evidence questions at the end of the year. But you'll be supported through those. Again, it's not a large theory-based course. It is more vocational. In other words, you're using your hands, you're proving that you can do this work through the skills that you have in the kitchen. And that's the way the portfolio was set up, as a portfolio of evidence that you gather up during the year with your training first of all, and a comment put in your box. And then when you're ready for your assessment, then the lecturer will then say, this is an assessment day for you. Can you prove to me you can make that dish? And usually that's the way it works. But there is a small amount of theory involved, but no, it's not heavily involved with theory, Simon.
Finally, Darren, just one more question. For those students who are lucky enough to get on a travel opportunity abroad, can you give a little bit more information on what they would be doing in the likes of Iceland?
Okay, so just on the Iceland experience, also some students went to Spain last year also, which was a fabulous opportunity. So it's some in Spain, some in Iceland, and then we had a few competing in England as well. But on the trips abroad, students are actually, they're doing work placement in recognised real high-end restaurants or hotels, which a member of staff have went out firstly to vet and have decided that that's a very good head chef or establishment for our students to go and have their work placement in. When they are out there, they would stay together in one location with guided members of staff at each time. There'd be 2 members of staff out with the students with that group at any one time. And the staff stay with the students and help them out with their uniforms and getting them organised for work and their work patterns for the week. But then also too, there's trips and visits. I know in Iceland, some of them went to the Blue Lagoon and have went to the Gullfoss waterfall and fabulous opportunities like that. So it's just not all about work. It's all about seeing the sights and feeling the culture when you're out there as well.
Thanks, Darren. That's all the questions.
Okay. Well, Claire, maybe that is it for our webinar for today, folks. But I'd just like to thank you all for attending and all for coming on. Again, this is it was live, but it is recorded, and we'll be able to send this on to anyone who is interested. So I do know that Claire, myself, Michael, and Simon will have the link to this webinar. And maybe if you wanted to drop us an email, we'll be able to send it on. But again, just to run through the application process, there is the big button on the Southwest College website for apply. Leave your details there that you're interested in catering and hospitality. It goes on to the LMS system, and then the staff will accordingly get back to you, and hopefully we'll see you enrolment day in August. Have you anything else to add, Claire?
No, that's perfect, Darren. Thank you very much. And don't be afraid to contact us. You know, we're very easy to contact, and we are, you know, available to take any emails, and we will get back to you. So looking forward to meeting you all, please God, in August. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.